Hi, basically, today we are going to showcase the endpoint protector that is used for the DLP solution. Okay, so basically, today we are going to showcase the same. So, let me start. Basically, in the endpoint protector, there is or the DLP solution, you can say the DLP solution, there are two terms is commonly used. The very first term is the data. It's data in motion, and the second term is data at rest. So basically, as it's a DLP solution, data leakage prevention, so we are dealing with both the files, which both the data or files, you can say anything, that is in the rest, at the rest or in the motion. So basically, what in the the DLP solution work, and how does the DLP solution work? So today we are going to showcase the same, and the very first is the data in motion. So how does any DLP solution restrict the content or the data defined by the administrator or the management or the organization? So basically, it monitor all the exit points. So basically now, and whatever the data, the data at the rest, some system may contain the data which is confidential, but still it on the user system. So what action can be taken by the endpoint protector, the DLP solution, that we are going to showcase? So whatever the data at the rest, so we are having a specific module for such data that is on the user system, that can be the defined content can be scanned on the user system, and necessary action can be taken on those system. So basically now coming with the product, basically the endpoint protector, for the management console, what we have did, we have hosted that management console, or the it come with the virtual appliance on any of the, you can host it on any of the hypervisor. Okay, we have hosted the same virtual appliance in the Hyper-V. You can host on VMware, vSphere, anywhere, whatever the things available at your end. Okay, so after hosting, you just need to open the web console, and you just need to enter the IP address, HTTPS, and the IP address that you have provided. Make sure the IP address of the virtual appliance is static. Okay, so this is the endpoint protector, and this is the console, how it's look like. So basically, there are three main modules are there. The first module is the device control. Then we are having the second module, that is the content aware protection. The both this module are used for the data in motion. Either both are the exit point, the web browser, or your any application, like I'm using the Skype application, the Outlook application. So basically, this content aware protection will take care of all the application, and the device control will take care of all the devices that can be attached to your system. Okay, so and the third module is e-discovery. So basically, the e-discovery is for data at rest. like whatever the data is at rest, that can be like scanned by the endpoint protector. You need to define it in the console or in the policy, and those can be scanned on the user system, and necessary action can be like either you can delete those data or encrypt that data so the user cannot use such data. So now towards moving towards the product. Now I'll going to demonstrate you the functions of the endpoint protector. Basically, this is the dashboard. The very first, you can see number of system, number of Windows system, number of Linux system, Android system, it's support all the platforms. Okay, but for the Android you require internet connection. So basically Android and the iOS. Okay, so and the most active user, you can see sales, Madhu, support, and accounts. So it the like policy can be implemented at the user level also, not on the system but the user level also. So basically this is the generic dashboard we are having. Okay, now moving, just scroll down some of the logs. You can see that the device control logs, device control alert. So device control log will give you the information that some of the device has been connected, disconnected, blocked. uh, this is the generic dashboard you are having. Now the second option is the system status, and like you can it's basically can be read from the user manual that is available. The details can be read out in the user manual that is available itself in the console. So basically like the device control is the very first module. There are some management options such as the live update is also available. Then if there is any upgradation in the management console, you can upload or you can like upgrade it offline also. Now coming to the very first option, that is the device control. Like you can see this device control is there, and the global setting is the default setting, or you can say the global rights is the default right. Okay, by default you can see the all the access to device, mainly Wi-Fi has been allowed. Some of the mandatory device has been allowed, or the network share by default everything is blocked apart from the Wi-Fi. So like you this as soon as you install the endpoint protector agent on the system, you will by default this policy will be applicable. So basically you can set it accordingly, or you can have it like you don't want to allow the user to use the external device to the system. So this will be the default policy. There are some more options are available, you can either you can allow the access such as the local printer. You can set it according to your requirement. So the policy can be implemented global. The default policy is the global rights, then group wise, then computer wise, user wise, and the device wise. The user wise is the most priority. It has been given the most priority, like user is having the most priority, then computer, then group, then the global rights. So the priority is accordingly set accordingly. Like if a group for a group of people you block a USB drive, storage drive, but for a specific user you allow the USB storage device. So like for suppose there is one person, four person are there, A, B, C, D, and you have blocked the USB storage for all four of them, and you have created a group of them. Now after some time you want to allow for some days, you can say some days or some as per the management has allowed the access of USB storage to C. So you can come to the user group, and you can select the user. Here the list of user will be there. Like suppose in my condition, this is my system, I edit, if I want to like manage the right of specific user, I can change it. I can either deny the access or block the access. So it depend on what kind of how or the policy will be implemented, and you can set the priority accordingly. Okay, now I'm just attaching one USB storage device to the system, and the notification is enabled, so you would be able to see the notification. Like here is the notification section, you can see. And in the endpoint protector, when I click on the endpoint protector agent, you can see this HP pen drive has been blocked. Okay, so apart from the blocking, the device control has many other feature. Like if you allow the pen drive or the storage drive to your system, or any other drive to your system, like you can still trace out the file that is available in the global setting. Like in the global setting, you can see that custom client notification, I'm just enabling this. You can see like if anybody try to copy any file from the external storage like USB device to the system, or from the system to the external storage, so those file will be traced out. So file tracing to the external storage is also the endpoint protector is capable of. So it not just like you're blocking the device or allowing the device, or blocking the device or allowing the device up to certain condition. There are some conditions are also available, like if you can create a custom class, like if you want to allow the device, and these are the some of the you have to give a class or a user or a group of user a specific rights, like allow access, exclude from cap, that is the content aware protection scanning. Like both this module will be working together to make sure that your critical data doesn't go out of your organization. So basically, like in the custom you can there are some other option available. Like the very first option is the trusted device 1 level 1. In this there are list of trusted device. The trusted device level 1 means if you are having the encryption enabled on your pen drive, then it will be considered as trusted device level 1. So now coming to the second part. So like in this way, like you can control, or you can have the reporting of the data flow into the external source or the external device which can be connected to your system. So this was the device control, and like there are some other options are also available, like file whitelisting. Like you can whitelist a specific file which will be not scanned by the endpoint protector. You can enable or disable the notification at the user end level. So like so everything like if you want to notify the user that a specific device has been blocked, that will be notified to the user. Now, so this was the device control. Now coming to the content control. Content control is also a part of data leakage which is in motion. So like this content aware protection will be monitoring all the content that can be leaked out, all the exit point. So now coming to the dashboard, you will see just it's loading out. You can see the custom content and some of the things which is mentioned over there, and that with the date and everything. This is the content aware policy. You can create a new policy. When you create a new policy, it give you the option, and what are the option available like for Windows, Mac and Linux. Like if I see a window, like these are the application storage device, like your external storage device will be monitor on the network. Also you can like monitor everything. Thin clients are there, terminal servers are there, clipboard, like whatever we copy the content to the clipboard. Print screens are there, like it will disable the print screen on the system. Printers, like if anyone try to print out the your creating or anything like confidential data through the printer, or the defined data through the printer, that will be also blocked. So like these are the exit points, and almost all the application has been added into the endpoint protector. And like here you can see, if I come to the Linux, so for the Linux, the applications, different application for the Linux and the storage device has been mentioned over there. Okay, so like every you need to mention that what kind of operating system you are creating a policy. The notification is there, threshold limit is there. I'll come to this threshold limit now. I'm just editing a policy which I have already created. You can edit a policy. Here are the sum of I've blocked all the I've selected all the exit point by default, because I'm there are a lot of application available today. So I've selected almost all the application. Okay, network share has been blocked, thin client clipboard has been blocked. So now the exit point has been defined. Now what we have to define the data, what kind of a data are restricted, or what kind of a data you want to restrict. The very first option is the file type, like what kind of a file you are allowing to the user that can be transferred to the external storage, or through your network, or through the application. You can define the file type. There are a lot of file types are available, that is the media file, other file, office files. If the file type is not available in the list, you can define your own file type. That I'll come to that later part. There are predefined contents are available, like the bank. For the bank, if some client bank client is using this, like the credit card information are there, and that need to be blocked. Okay, so those data are really confidential. So personal identify, like for the India region, you are having the date and email, you can use its date and email. The address is for Germany and United States is mentioned over there, and some of the predefined data that has been mentioned by the product designer or from the endpoint protector end. Okay, so no issue, like if the things are not present in the predefined content, no issue, we can create our own custom content. Here you can see that some dictionary has been added over. We can create our own dictionary, we can create our own rule, we can create our own data that are restricted throughout our network. So those things can be defined in the blacklist and the whitelist section. Here I created my own dictionary. You just need to click on add. Now you just need to come to the, you will need to just give any name, like I'm test for recording. Okay, now what I need to define the content. Any content can be defined, any a minimum 3 characters are required. Like if I want to block all the mails, so how I can block all the mails? Mail ID, it won't be possible through mail ID or the domain. So what I'll do, what are the specific generic terms used in the mail? So if thanks, hello sir, madam, greetings or greeting, whatever the terms you feel, you can add it over here. You just you just need to save this content, whatever the content is. Save this content, and you can see a new dictionary has been added, that is test for recording. Okay, now what you have to do, just come over here, come to the content aware policy, edit the setting. Now we were in the predefined content, so like predefined and custom content, you can see one more option is available, test for recording. So I just need to select. No issue with like it should not be a case sensitive, like whole word only, like it can be used in between any words, so the endpoint protector will surely block that. You can select the number of computer, all this is can be possible with the endpoint protector. Now the other option is the file name. You can like as I said, if the file type is not available, you can create your own file type, or you can give your own extension, that is also available in the blacklist. So in the blacklist I've already created file name. I can define a file name. Here you can see edit. I've defined a XLS file. I don't want any user to send XLS file, or I can define my own file type. You just need to mention the dot and the file type. So in this way, like it will be blocking all your data. So basically I have defined some file. Now what I'll do, I'll just open my endpoint protector, I'll update the policy, and now I'll open a notepad, and here you can see if I mention a data Madhu that has been defined in my dictionary, earlier dictionary, I get a message. You can see the message over there in the below this date and time. You can see file transfer has been blocked because I'm trying to copy it to my clipboard. Now there are some more options are there, like I'm having some file, test file, book.xls1. What I'm doing, I'm trying to open this and I'm trying to copy this to this. See that it's a metadata. With the help of metadata, the Skype has blocked the word. It contained the word Madhu. So like this way, this was one of the exit point. Now I'm opening my Gmail. So just I'm logging into my Gmail account. I need to provide my mail ID. I need to provide the password for the Gmail. Sorry to interrupt. There was a problem with the Gmail, so like I'm trying to like transfer it through other file transferring website, that is the WeTransfer. Now what I do, I come over here, the same file, I'm selecting the same file and I just try to transfer the file. Yeah, you can see the message has been detected that the word, it contain a word match Madhu has been locked, so the website is not able to transfer the file. It has been blocked and the application name is Google Chrome. So you can see the data can be restricted to all the exit point or all the applications which are generally available today. There are FTP application. So in this way the endpoint protected data work. You just need to define your data and your data will be protected by the endpoint protector. Now these are the specific thing that I mentioned, and the same data is not only restricted to your exit point or the application. You can use the same thing for your removal device. You can see a file tracing for your network sharing, CAP, everything is available. There is one more term, that is the file shadowing. So generally what does this file shadowing do? this file shadowing will take care that if any user try to copy or try to leak the data out from the organization, or the restricted data they are by mistake trying to copy to any of the through the application or through the external resource. So what the endpoint protector agent will do, it will create a copy of that file, and those file will be available to you on this web console, and that can be viewed on this file shadowing, like, or the content aware file shadowing. Those data will be available to you, and you can view the data over here. You can download the data and what kind of a data user was trying to copy. It is a XLS file, you can open in on any Excel file. If it is a like a mail file, you can here is a mail body. I'm downloading this mail body. I'm just opening this mail body, open with a notepad. So okay, this was the name Madhu. So like this mail was blocked, or I'm trying to create a test mail. If I try to create here you can see I try to create a mail, and I'm trying to send this mail, and this mail has been blocked. I can block. Now how you can like define someone, like I'm just speaking about the block thing. Now what about the whitelist? If you want to whitelist a specific file, allow a specific file, you need to provide the file location. Or you for the network share, you need to provide the UNC path. Like here I've whitelisted something that is BDsoft is my organization name, and here is I have whitelisted bdsoft.in. So whoever is the reception whose domain is bdsoft.in, or I have mentioned the name, so to them the same mail that has been blocked. Now I am just changing the reception to say technical@bbsoft.in. From support I'm sending. So now I can send the file. So the thing has been whitelisted, the domain has been whitelisted. Either you can whitelist the entire domain, or you can whitelist a specific mail ID also, depending on you. So this way we can blacklist or whitelist certain things that need to be taken care by the management, or like need to be the data has to be come from the management end or the authority end, that what are the things that need to be restricted in the organization. Let me tell you one more thing, that the whitelist works above the blacklist. If you block anything, and that has been whitelisted, so basically the endpoint protector will first see if it is whitelisted, then it will allow. It doesn't matter that you have defined the same thing in the blacklist, so it will basically allow that. So basically this was the content aware protection that I am demonstrating you on the Windows PC. It's Windows 7 Service Pack 1. Okay, now this was all related to the data in motion. So this way you can restrict or you can monitor the data which is in motion. There was one more thing, like a threshold limit. You can define the threshold limit, like if the threshold limit increase or the defined content which is restricted is only 1. So if I define it 2, so it will be allowed. If I define it the restricted content reach to 2, so the content will be blocked. So this way we can define the threshold limit. If you enable this global content, so that minimum threshold limit is 4, global threshold limit. If you want to notify the user, you can enable the option, and here the list of users are there which you can select from the system, or else you can select the complete system itself. Okay, so these all are things that can be taken care. The content aware and the device control together will take care of everything that is in data in motion. So here we are taking care of all the exit points on the system. Now coming to the other part, that is the data at rest. So in the data at rest, what you can see, as I said, the whatever file which the user are not using, still it is present on the user system. For them, still the data may be lost, or it is not required that the data should be on the user system. So we can create a policy, the same policy which we have defined in the content aware. Same way we can create a policy for system, everything. And then what we have to do, we need to create a scan. We need to do a scan. Like here on the, once you create a policy, you just select the system and you just do a manual scanning, automated scanning, or scheduled scanning. Once you do the scanning, the data will be available you on the result page. Now what we can do with this data, that is that we have scanned. Like suppose this what report this tell you, Madhu, system name was, policy was Madhukar, and file type, like I've checked for all the JPEG file. Okay, and the path was this, discover at the date and the time, everything was the server time was state reported, last action no action has been taken. Now what action I can take? I can encrypt the data on the system, or I can delete the data, or if it is already encrypted, I can decrypt the data on the target machine. Suppose this is a small file, it is in the word image JPG file, it is inside the word, you can see a word image introduction, in that there is a JPG. So the endpoint protector is capable of going inside the document also. It's not like it is, if it just check the extension, it go inside every data and check whether there is any JPG or not. Like this is the document introduction docs. I'll encrypt the data. The action has been applied. So it will probably take 5 to 10 minutes, so the data on that system will be encrypted. Not the whole data, the data which we have selected. So these were the things that is available with the endpoint protector, that is for the data at rest and the data in motion. Now some of the other supporting features have been added by the endpoint protector. That is the first one is the offline temporary password. Like suppose if user want to, you want to unrestrict the data but doesn't want to change the policy. So like if I am attaching a pen drive to the system, it blocking the data. It is, you can see it showing you in the red. Now for a 30-minute I want a specific user, you can select that kind of protection content aware, or it is a device or a user or device. So you can select the device, you have to select the name of the device, HP USB. Or you can select the computer as per your requirement. You just need to select the system name, or you can select the specific user, just mention temporary, any justification you can give, temporary allow. Okay, what this will do, this will just let me come over here. What this will do, this option will generate a code, a temporary code. Like this is the, you can send this temporary code through the mail ID, or you can print the code. What I have to do, I have to come over here, the user has to come over here, go to the endpoint protector, like he can have a device, it just like a OTP authorize. OTP code has been successfully redeemed, and you can see it has been changed to a green color. Now I can access my USB pen drive. earlier it was not possible. So basically like this offline temporary password still like for a 30 minutes, like the time allotted for me is 30 minutes, and that cannot be like lowered down. The minimum time is 30 minutes. Okay, so like this the offline temporary password, you can like delete the password action. Yes, delete as soon as it will take the policy. So like the password will be deleted, and no longer the user can use the same password. Like after the 30 minutes the password will be deleted, and same the OTP cannot be used by the user end. Now this was one more, the supporting thing was there. And then you are having report and analysis. It is one of the great thing. The report, complete detailed report is available. The logs report, whatever the things has been logged by the endpoint agent will be logged over here. The report are also like dependent on the kind of action, like file tracing is there. Like whatever you are trying to copy to the network, like some of the, like I've tried to copy some of the thing, file copy from Madhur PC. The username was network sharing device, or the UNC path has been provided, file type is the ISO. Okay, and no action has been taken because no action has been set, but still the logs has been reported, like the things has been allowed but the logs are generating. The same thing is in the file shadow. Like the file, for the file shadow, like the file restricted content is available at the IP end, and the same thing you can view over here. The whatever the content has been restricted, that the copy of the same thing is available at my end. Okay, then you can like have this report, or you can like create a export for the content aware policy, like the email type Outlook body, and it has been blocked. Like you can action, you can download the report at your end. Okay, the same thing like the XLS file has been metadata, with the help of metadata is has been like blocked with on the web browser, and the destination was Chrome. Okay, so in this way the detailed report is available. You can create a export or of all this report. Okay, so it's not an issue, like you can create an export of everything, and like you can create a export of or you can view the file shadowing for the content aware protection. Okay, the file size, everything has been defined. So this way like you can the visibility in the product, the defining of the content in the product, everything is available in the product. Now there might be other questions which may come to you, so for that you need to contact us for the same. And apart from there are lots many other management things are available, that is like can be done with the help of this user manual. You just need to click the user manual. It's a complete content has been mentioned in this user manual, and like if you are facing any problem, you can use this user manual, and it is available locally. You can see the IP addresses there. And apart from this, some of the like licensing part are there. Licensing, you can see, view the license over there. Total number of device, used device total, now what are, which device are online. You can have the setup file from this for Windows, Mac. It's readily available. For Linux you have to request the endpoint protector. You can go there by submitting the this link. So basically within a day you will receive the setup file for the same, because there are a lot of distro available for the same, and basically it's Ubuntu, OpenSUSE, CentOS and Red Hat. So some of the things are there. Now like I had been showcasing the thing on the Windows system, so let me like show you that on I'm having a Linux system. Let me take the remote of the Linux system. So I'm taking the remote of the Linux system through the AMI admin. So I need to put down the number 148968730. So it is a Linux Ubuntu 16.0 version is there, LTS 16.1 LTS. Now I'm able to view the Linux system. You can see I've installed the endpoint protector, the same, like I update the policy. The very first thing I do is to create, I've attached a USB to the Linux system, and you can see there is a notification that it has been blocked by the endpoint protector, and the same notification is visible in the report section. And it will take some time. Log report. Okay, you can see that this content connected and then blocked. USB storage, the pen drive was the same at 1831, that is the correct time it is. Okay, so like it has been connected and has been blocked, and the report is ready available to the content. So you can block, and the same thing whatever available in the Windows, the application may change. For the Linux, the application is different, but the same thing, whatever the function available for the window can be implemented for the Linux. Like let me check. I'm having the Thunderbird over here. So I open the Thunderbird. I may write a new message. What I'll do, I'll try to attach something from like test OD. I think so it contains the word, and you can see there is a notification. A thread has been blocked, and as it contains a word, a letter Madhu is there actually. I hope this is visible to you. And so like the content blocking on the Linux system, and the device control, the file tracing from the Linux system to the external source, everything is available in the product. So this was at, and like for the Linux system, you can see what are the function available, like the applications are available, and it is for the, you can have it for the storage device. Okay, and the same file system, you can have your own file, you can define a file system over there accordingly, like everything, like predefined content, custom content, you can create your own content, everything is available in the product. So hope like you can test out the product, and if there is any problem, you can contact to the support, endpoint protector support. Thank you.